Attention, all curious minds, innovators, and trendsetters. It's time to pause, lean in, and get ready for an extraordinary journey as we dive deep into the fascinating realms of life, technology, entertainment, and business. Let's explore, learn, and grow together. Brace yourselves, for the next thrilling episodes of Hipther Talks is about to take off. Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Hi everyone, Zoltan here. We're back again this week with Hipther Talks, and this time we're sticking to the gambling industry, specifically in the Latin American region. This is the first time in 3 years we talk about this on our podcast. It's high time we do it. We've been covering the news on our websites, but yeah, we never got the chance to have an expert like Alex here. So our guest today is Alex Iaroshenko, a CEO at Betbazar. Alex, it's nice to have you here.
Thank you, Zoltan. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me today.
All right. So, Alex, we have a tradition here on our podcast that we like to give the opportunity for our guest to say a few words about themselves without us reading a bio, which makes it even personal. So, Alex, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex Iaroshenko. I've been to gaming industry for about 13 years now, I believe. And now I'm CEO of a company called Betbazar. Betbazar is a global iGaming marketplace. So what we do is we help to connect different suppliers to different operators. This is what we do. We have our expertise, especially in sports betting, but actually recently have our hands on casino business and general, let's say, services that help operators to do what they do. I mean, KYC services, some payment solutions, etc. So lately, we've been focusing on Latin America market and get some good progress there. And this, I believe, what we will talk in today.
All right. Yes, we will. So, guys, we have a special edition, like I told you, because there has been an increasingly regulated trend in Latin American market, which is offering plenty of promise for operators and also software providers and also even payment processing companies like the ones that are bombarding you every day on LinkedIn with messages. So today we will aim to identify the opportunities for brands that are looking to break into the region, as well as any potential hurdles they might face along the way. So, Alex, Latin America is seen by many of the iGaming industry companies as the market with the region with huge potential. But with legalized online gambling being relatively new to many of the countries in Latin America, how do payment companies, operators, and software providers all go about building up trust to their brands?
So Latin America promise huge markets. Yeah, it's been a huge market so far. Yeah, we talk about Brazilian market. We talk about Peru, different countries that already showed a huge population which is interested in gambling with good, let's say, history of a gambling. And now we're facing really interesting time where everything got more or less regulated. Yeah, more countries starts to understand and define how important it is for the social, for the economy to regulate this kind of things. And companies facing a big choice. Yeah, rather do you want to step into this regulated path where you will be facing a huge competition, where you will be facing a huge companies that are already in the different markets. And if there's companies was operating, let's say, as they were operating before the regulation, it is a choice for them. Are they going to be regulated and are they going to step into this long way, or they need to go out of the market? We have in our portfolio of our clients both examples. There are companies who take in this, let's say, pill and go into regulation and going to follow all the rules. Or there are companies who say, we out. Yeah, this is nothing for us to do here. We will be trying to find different markets where we can put our budgets into marketing, into products, and to development in general. So yeah, this is interesting. What's gonna happen, and I think as any market and any jungle, only strongest will survive.
All right. So does the fact that the Latin American market, which features a mix of regional regulations, make it more difficult for companies to stay compliant across all jurisdictions? This is one of my first questions from this part. And are there any lessons that can be learned from other markets, such as the US, that have similarly complex frameworks from state to state?
Yeah, the fragmented regulatory landscape in Latin America presents a challenge, definitely, for the companies aiming for compliance and into different jurisdictions. However, we learned that in the US, where a federal framework still coexists with state-specific regulations, the key here is flexibility. Companies need to adopt agile their compliance strategies, how to needs to adopt to each country's laws. Yeah, and I think the key will be collaborating with the legal experts and regulatory facilities on the ground. Yeah, to maintain the stability across the region.
All right. So what would you say are the biggest challenges currently faced by the iGaming related businesses that are looking to launch into the Latin American market? And how can companies work together with the local institution, regulatory agencies, and other policymakers to successfully overcome these hurdles?
Yeah, so the biggest challenge is regulatory complexity, I would say. Variety of different culture preferences and infrastructure gaps that are on different countries of this market. To succeed, definitely you need to collaborate with local institutions where there's a regulatory and start to build relationship with them to build the compliance and to build the trust. Additionally, because there are a variety of different countries, in understanding the consumer behavior is quite critical. So you need to understand how to approach different clients. So I would say the general advice would be to invest into marketing research, localizing the products, and of course, while we're talking about regulations, it is very important to say about responsible gaming awareness. So to educate the clients how to bet and what the risks it takes. So partnership with local businesses as institutions are essential for navigate those challenges, I would say.
All right. So let's also talk about the technological standpoint, because this is different from region to region on our planet. And it's not probably similar to what is in Africa or what is in the US or parts of Europe. So how does the Latin American region compare to other markets where iGaming has already been legalized? And is there an infrastructure there that is sufficient to support new payment systems and verification services? And also, how much of these activities come from mobile?
I would say that LatAm is progressing in terms of infrastructure. So mobile first engagement is a dominant trend. And we know that in Latin America, mobile penetration is high.
Yeah.
So mobile optimized payment solutions and seamless verification is crucial for the company, for the product to succeed. I would say that like one of our product that we have, like KYC service, might help because, for example, they already offering the face verification and automatic document verification, which is very important for the new players to step into gambling market and have no risks. So generally, all in all, I would say that region is progressing in these months. Like payment methods before region is regulated is the big question. Yeah, everyone's trying to search the payment that will work. With the regulation, it gets on the one hand easier. On the other hand, I would say always more expensive.
Yeah.
So I would say there is a room for developing both, like KYC services, payment solutions, and this further development is ensuring that markets is fully ready for scale and for online gaming.
All right. So as I know, cryptocurrency is pretty big in Latin America, right?
Definitely, yeah. And this is another challenge to understand how to put it into a legal field.
All right.
So yeah, we know that there are biggest crypto casinos having their huge market share in Latin America, in Brazil, for example. So yeah, there is a work to do here.
Yeah, there's with this Mika in Europe, maybe it will lead to different regions around the world having laws for cryptocurrencies. It's we just have to wait and see, because with the rise of the prices, with the price of Bitcoin, probably governments will start looking that way as well to collect some taxes, to create some regulations. Yeah. So, are there any noticeable? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, governments always recognize somewhere where the money flows out of their pocket.
Exactly.
So it is essential that things will be regulated. Things must be regulated in a way. But crypto for quite a while have been kind of a safe, if not to say a pirate's bay for a lot of
Yeah.
companies out there. And yeah, to get like very, very, very good revenues on this. So we know a few clients who are planning, even being on a legalized market for a long time, they planning to launch crypto casinos because they feel like there's a lot of room, a lot of potential, and yeah, it's not easy to grab this. How to say, revenues or clients, yeah. But yeah, it's all about proper marketing. So it's all about cost of acquisition after all. So yeah, definitely Latin America will be facing this challenge, and I would say solution would be the same that you mentioned. Yeah, good product, good KYC, and good right marketing approach.
All right. In some Eastern European countries, there's now like a creation of list of who owns cryptocurrencies, because the government are now addressing the public, and they are giving zero taxes for whoever declares how many cryptocurrencies they own or profited from by the end of the year. So they would not be paying back taxes for the profits. Very interesting. It's a
But they want
trap.
to see this people, right? They want to
Yes.
first step to make it legal. You say, okay, show us what we got. We're not going to charge you, but
Yeah.
we're
Let's
not going to
see.
charge you for now. And
For
then
now, exactly. Yeah. It's a trap. It's a trap, guys. Don't do it. All right. So, are there any noticeable trends in the type of content that Latin American consumers are consuming, and how do they like to engage with the product? And for operators and studios, are there any specific vertical that are popular there, and maybe some payment providers that you also can mention?
So generally about the product, I would say that Latin America has a strong preference in sports betting, and especially in
Definitely.
football.
Yeah.
So alongside with the growing interest in online casino games, so this been a known track for many years. Like you have an acquisition tool into sports bet, and then transfer your customers into casino for extra revenues. So I would say that LatAm customer tend to favor a user-friendly and mobile-first platforms. Yeah, payment providers, as you ask, are increasingly seeing demands for mobile wallets, for prepaid cards, and that's what we mentioned about cryptocurrency options as well. Um, I would say that localizing payment methods and offering flexible quick deposit withdraw options are key to get value. I wouldn't name any specific payment solutions because we are working with the few. So naming ones would be taking advantage from the others. But they're definitely, like, companies who are in the market definitely know those who succeed into providing payments for Latin America. However, again, with the regulation, this might change because they will be regulated as well.
All right. So most probably software suppliers are thinking about creating some type of casino games that are sports related.
This is what we've been doing for quite some time. I wouldn't say this is casino games, but one of our key products has been like eFootball, the games that
All right.
play between two players on PlayStation that is broadcasted, where we provide the odds, where we provide all the data and all statistics about it. It's been hugely popular in Brazil, for example, where football is a big game, and this is type of content that provide pretty much way of bets on the football 24/7, very much like casino. And whereas no big events happening, yeah, people tend to bet on this. So I think that product like this will be still popular because it is in transition between the casino and the sport, and this is very important. So on the other hand, it can be something like virtual sports as well. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But I want to pick your brain on this on eFootball. So how does it work? So you just sign up to play on PlayStation and you broadcast it, or how does it work?
Yeah, in theory, this sounds like exactly what you said. But now, when the product has been almost 6 years, I would say, we have huge studios all over the Europe where we have dedicated players playing 24/7. You can
Okay.
get the statistics, all of them. So it's not like you plug in your PlayStation home and you start
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
and it
yeah.
broadcasted everywhere. No, of course, we have control. We have a huge responsibility in terms of prevention of match fixing because there are players.
Yeah.
Um, Generally, now we have about 600 players who are generally in the roster, and we provide about 15,000 games per month of those kind.
Wow.
They're not long games, yeah, they're about like 20, 30 minutes, but that is allowing us to cover 24/7 and to cover with the multiple games going simultaneously. So yeah, except the football, we have the same in the basketball, UFC, hockey, and the product's been doing quite well in Latin America.
Wow, this sounds very interesting. I really like it. So you also mentioned the responsible gambling standards earlier, and while upholding this responsible gambling standards is a mandatory part of launching any regulated jurisdictions nowadays. When a new market like Latin America, like a region like Latin America emerges, do you think that there are many iGaming companies that educate players on things like KYC, and why are they so important?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very important. So, as new markets like Latin America emerge, educating players on responsible gambling and importance of KYC is quite essential. So, responsible standards should be met not only because government ask for it, but because it is a social responsibility of each company who's entering the market. It's rather build a long-term strategy when you enter in the regulated market, so that you're not like a squeeze out the players and let them be, but you're gonna be growing them and you're gonna be aiming to be with them for a long time. So I would say that companies should provide a clear communication about the risk of gambling, promote self-regulation tools, and emphasize on KYC, ensuring to safe transactions as well. So all in all, educating customers can build trust and strengthen the long sustainability on the market.
All right. So what factors do you think will have the biggest impact on ensuring that online gambling grows safely and sustainably in Latin America? And with regulations ongoing, is now the perfect opportunity to build a framework that embraces innovations like AI or biometrics.
So generally, yeah, it needs to be a framework to ensure the sustainable growth of the product of the market. Uh, it needs to be clear, it needs to be fair for the customer, and it needs to be adaptable to technologies. So, as I mentioned earlier, cooperation with regulatory, with local experts, with the payment providers is essential to promote those practices. As technology continues to evolve, embracing innovation like AI, biometrics, and blockchain will enhance the security and reduce frauds and build consumer trust. So you need to find this right balance between the strong regulation and the strong product. And I think this is how it will shape Latin America markets in the nearest future.
All right. So you also touched base earlier on localization. So would you like to talk about that as well in more details, or should we just skip it?
No, sure. I mean, this is key. This is key that you have your product ready to the market. Some products are being great and showing great results. For example, for us in Europe, when we try to bring in them, for example, in Asia, they bring very poor results because that is not localized. And localization in this matter should be into each and every point of a product. So even in the names, so if we talk about eFootball that we mentioned before, even names should be translated. Yeah, so people have some kind of not understanding and some kind of scare that something happened that they will not understand. So each part of a product that can be localized should be. Also, localization for us was building the specific leagues that will be that we know that is popular on the region. Sometimes we even have the players adjusted to. I mean, the players who are playing the games, they are adjusted to where they will be broadcasted. So, like we in the European studios, we were having mostly, of course, European players. But for the Asian studios, we're thinking to open a few studios in Asia, so the players will be local. It is very common, like you have, for example, in live casino, yeah. And live casino tables, you should have people do like speaking accordingly to what countries they manage. This is why, for example, the dedicated tables are so important and so popular for big clients. So yeah, localization is no joke, and who are on the market knows the importance of this.
All right. So yeah, it's similar to Europe. Maybe I think there are around 400 or something like that languages in the whole region, but maybe 8 are the major ones that are spoken. So it's not easy.
Yeah, but for example, one of our products is the platform, and when we sell in the platform to specific region, people want their very specific languages sometime to be at least present, on this platform availability. Yeah, they understand that like 90% of the people will still be betting in English, but they do need to have this, I don't know, 3, 4, 5% on the local language, which they are.
All right. So it's already the end of the year. It has been a bumpy ride in terms of regulation updates from Latin America. What are your expectations for 2025?
In terms of regulation?
Yeah, in terms of regulation and market development is definitely growing. So there's no need to talk about that. But in terms of regulation, do you think that maybe governments will take a step back? Or
no, I don't think so. Well, I mean, first of all, I want to say I'm not an expert exactly in regulation, so I can't say that in Brazil and Peru that there will be some kind of framework that it's that will take place. But in terms of market, yeah, there will be the growth will be not so fast, yeah, but I would say it will be more consistent. Yeah, so you will be having your predictions, and of course, if you were working on not very legal sites, you can, and you switch to the proper way of working, you will have obtaining the license. So you can make some predictions, and this will be more as a like sure bets rather than taking a high risk, high reward approach.
all right. Hopefully, it's not going to be the same as in Europe, where the markets now are targeting advertising and banning advertising in multiple places, driving companies to the black market, which is seems to be a trend around here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It is anyway. It's early in this relationship between the government and the companies, and we'll see how it goes. I would say that it will be rather mild approach rather than like revolutionary, because yeah, everyone wants to be in a winning position. Nobody wants just to ban it because they can ban it.
All
I,
right. So
I want to believe in this. But again, as I said, I'm not.
okay, so you had a great year. I know because we covered your news on our outlets. Any shout outs you want to give to partners, team?
Well, first of all, to the team, I always want to thank them because we've been through incredible year. It's been a good one. We've been winning some awards and we've been participating in a lot of events. Team is growing, products is growing. We've been reshaping a little bit the way how we approach the business into diversification of the product line that we got. Uh, and again, this only come together with our partners. So big thanks to them. Big thanks to our clients. I'm looking forward to the next year. I think this will be a year of big wins, and most of them, as far as our future sales plan said, might be in Latin America.
All right, so that's something for our audience to think about and follow. Alex, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for our audience for sticking around. Uh, yeah, we will be back next year with more crazy stuff on our podcast and more important content. So take good care, everyone. Alex, thank you again, and
Thank
hope
you,
to
Zoltan.
see you soon.
Take care. Have a good day. Ciao, ciao.
Bye, everyone.
And that's a wrap for this section of Hipther Talks. Thank you for being a part of our journey today. Don't forget to tune in next week for more insights and discussions. Stay connected with us on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and more. Until then, keep exploring and keep growing. We'll see you next time.